I guarantee that there will be a time when you want to quit trading. I've been there before many times. So how does one know whether to stick with it or not? Here are the 5 signs it's time to quit and the 5 signs you might be closer to making it than you think. The first sign you should quit is if your mental health can't take it. Trading is one of the hardest professions you will ever do, and the ups and downs come with a very real mental cost. There is no doubt that trading takes a massive psychological, physical, and emotional toll. That's part of why I only trade part-time now, and why I'm done trading my health for wealth. But in the beginning, before I made it, it was a different type of mental battle. I was this close to quitting 2 years in at one of the world's top firms. I had nothing to show for it. No profits, no momentum, and honestly, no real reason to believe it was going to turn around. Especially when you make trading your identity and push yourself with everything you have, it is normal to feel the struggles and drawdowns in your body. I think it is also normal for traders to get frustrated or even depressed at times. That being said, if trading is something that puts you in a dangerous state or severely strains the relationships you have with friends or family, then I think you need to genuinely consider quitting. A friend of mine from high school was trying to become a trader on the side. In doing so, he was burning a lot of capital, which wasn't ideal, but more importantly, it was severely straining the relationship with his wife and family. Scarily enough, he was unable to stop or size down. While I recommend many traders persevere, this was someone I recommended immediately quit and have his wife change the passwords to all their investment accounts. That's because the toll it was taking on his psychology, and most importantly, the cost on his relationships was too high, especially when I wasn't seeing evidence that he was close to seeing it through to the other side. The second sign you should quit is if you are pursuing trading as a profession rather than just a hobby or entertainment, but you still are not treating it as such. If you are pursuing this as a profession, but are unable to give it dedicated time each week and are not building structure into your process, then so often you will not see the progress you need. What this means is you need to be doing things like a daily report card, as I explained in this video. You need to be doing trade reviews and doing the hard work to develop as a trader. If you are months or years into this job and you still are not pursuing it with the formal process to improve, then that is not a good sign. Now look, if you're just doing this as a hobby or for entertainment, do your thing. Keep it fun and do not put pressure on yourself. But if you're making a real go at this to become a professional, you need process. The third sign you should quit is if, no matter how hard you try, you are unable to follow basic trading rules. If you have a system of risk management or a playbook, but no matter what you do, you are unable to follow it, then that is not a good sign. Some people, no matter what, are unable to follow the rules and have the discipline necessary to succeed at this job. So much of their time at the screens is them simply throwing darts at the board. Now there is one caveat here, especially in the age of AI. Nowadays, a lot of trading can be automated and systemized. Even if you, as a discretionary trader, cannot follow your rules, you might actually be able to build systems and programs that can. But if neither of these work and you do not see any tangible progress as far as being able to follow rules you set out for yourself, then this might not be the job for you. And that is okay. The fourth sign you should quit is if you do not enjoy the job anymore, or you have no passion for it. Now look, you need to recognize that nobody enjoys the job during periods of struggle. Everybody feels frustrated, and there will be slow periods or tough stretches where you might even hate the job. That is totally normal. I've been there too. But if for a really sustained period of time, maybe 3, 4, 6 months or longer, you have no passion to do the work and no desire to improve, then it might be time to quit or at least to take a break. The fifth sign you should quit trading is if, when being honest with yourself, you recognize that you got into trading for the wrong reasons. You might have had misguided expectations or been sold a fake dream by modern social media marketing. You were told that in just a couple hours a day, you could trade from your laptop on the beach and replace your income. As we all know, that just isn't the reality of trading. While you told yourself you had a passion for this stuff, the reality is you had a passion for lying on the beach drinking daiquiris and not the actual trading part of the fantasy. There's nothing wrong with that. More than ever, many young adults are getting into trading because they are sold a dream. They pursue this profession for the money, the cars, and the supposed models. Let me tell you, trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. In fact, it is the exact opposite. It is maybe getting rich slowly through a lot of pain, suffering, and hard work. Not to mention that knowing hundreds of successful traders, most don't actually live a life anything like what you see on social media. The truth is, if you go on to have a long trading career, your first few years of P&L will be a tiny fraction of your career earnings. And I cover why in one of my latest videos. That being said, if you happen to be a Lamborghini dealer or a beautiful swimsuit model, and you're watching this video, slide into my DMs because I need to step up my social media marketing game. Now, let's talk about 5 signs you absolutely should not quit trading. The first sign you should not quit is if you are able to set goals and see progress even if you do not yet see the P&L. This was a big one that saved my career. If you are able to look back at prior months and tangibly describe what areas of your trading have improved, maybe your discipline's better or your entries are improving, maybe your emotional control's also better. You are moving in the right direction even if the money has not arrived yet. The second sign you should not quit is a big one, and this is if you conceptually understand these trading concepts. This was also a huge one that kept me from leaving Trillium. One of my more experienced coworkers recognized that I understood everything conceptually, even if I was not yet capitalizing in real time. He could tell from my ticker callouts and my questions that I was on the right track. I understood expected value and technical analysis, and cognitively, things were starting to click even if I was still too slow to execute in real time. The solution to that problem is often just reps and practice. The third sign you should not quit trading is if not only do you love the challenge and struggle of cracking the code, but all your work as a trader is actually making you a better person. In many ways, I believe trading to be a microcosm for life, and trading helps refine who we are. If trading is forcing you to become your best self, you're getting good sleep, have undistracted, focused work, you're going to the gym, eating healthy, and doing whatever it takes to perform at your best each day, then that is a really good sign. If you wake up excited to become your best trader self so you can compete in the markets, then the profession is not maladaptive for your life, it is adaptive. The job is actually improving who you are. The fourth sign you should not quit is that whenever you struggle or face a tough period, it actually motivates you to come back stronger and work harder. I think one thing that really helped me persevere as a trader is that every time I struggled, it made me hungrier. Anytime I made a huge mistake or took a painful loss, all those negative emotions made me obsessed with never making that same mistake again. Even if it meant going into the office on Sundays or staying late after work, I did not want even another minute to go by before I analyzed what happened and built systems to prevent it from happening again. The final sign you should not quit is if you have a highly defined process to get better, and the speed at which you iterate and improve after mistakes is high. One thing Mike Bellafiore of SMB Capital once said stood out to him about me was that anytime I wanted to improve an area of my trading, not only was I obsessed with finding a solution, but the ferocity and speed at which I implemented that solution far exceeded most other traders he had worked with. I think that is a huge separator in this profession. The traders who improve the fastest are often the ones who close the feedback loop the fastest as well. So how do you know whether you are one swing away from diamonds or digging yourself deeper into a hole? I think the answer is that you need to stop evaluating yourself purely by P&L and instead evaluate your trajectory. Are you becoming more disciplined, more process-driven? Are your mistakes shrinking? And is your understanding of markets improving? Because if so, then often you are much closer than you think, even if the money has not arrived yet. Most people quit trading too early because they mistake temporary failure for permanent inability. But there is also wisdom in recognizing when the pursuit itself is damaging your life more than enriching it. That balance is the hard part. Trading can be a brutal profession because it constantly forces you to confront reality. Sometimes that reality is telling you to walk away. Other times it's telling you that you might be only a few swings away from diamonds. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.